What if I told you most people today live in quiet defeat, not from lack of skill, but from fragile minds? We scroll endlessly, compare, envy, then wonder why we feel stuck, weak, or lost. We chase comfort, yet feel drained. We dodge pain, but suffer daily. The brutal truth is, comfort is slowly killing us. Hardship, though harsh, holds the seeds of true strength. Here's the twist. Ancient Stoic philosophers knew this long before smartphones, social media, or self-help books. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Grasp this, and you'll unlock real strength." It's not just a quote, it's a weapon. A mindset to stay unshaken in chaos. Stoicism doesn't make life easier, it makes you unstoppable. In this video, we'll dive deep into 8 raw Stoic principles to elevate your mental, emotional, and spiritual strength. No fluffy inspiration here. This is about real change. No sugarcoating. Each principle is drawn from the gritty truths of Stoicism, tested in ancient Rome's battles and still vital today. Before we start, I need you to commit. If you're serious about growth, don't just watch this like another motivational clip. This isn't background noise, it's your wake-up call. Hit the like button now to lock in your focus. Comment when a principle hits home. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Most importantly, don't skip a single part. Missing one idea could cost you clarity or courage in a critical moment. Let's dive in. First up, embrace discomfort like an old friend. We're taught to flee pain, but Stoics taught the opposite: walk toward it. Eyes wide open. Think about your greatest growth. Did it come when you were cozy, relaxed, or when life hit you hard and you had to choose, stand tall or crumble? Marcus Aurelius faced war, betrayal, illness, yet stayed calm. He didn't shy from discomfort. He welcomed it as a forge for his soul. The obstacle is the way. Marcus wrote, "It's not poetry, it's a rule. Every hurdle sharpens your will. Every delay tests your patience. Every rejection teaches resilience." Modern life screams, "Avoid pain." Stoicism whispers, "Train to face it head on." That cold shower, the tough conversation, the gym session. When you're exhausted, those build your character. Stoics believed choosing controlled discomfort prepares you for life's chaos. When the storm hits, you're ready. Seneca, another Stoic, slept on floors, ate plain food, wore rough clothes not to punish himself, but to strengthen his will. Why? So when life strips away comfort, you don't flinch. You're prepared. The truth is, discomfort isn't your enemy. It's a mirror showing who you are and, more importantly, who you're becoming. We dodge small pains today, only to face bigger ones tomorrow. But face the fire with awareness, and something extraordinary happens. You stop fearing pain. That's the start of freedom. From now on, see discomfort as your sparring partner. It may bruise you, but it's building you. Choose one small discomfort today: cold shower, hard talk, sitting with boredom. Remind yourself this is how warriors are forged. The only path to invincibility is to stop running. I want you to comment this affirmation: discomfort is my training ground. Second principle, don't let emotion run your life. How often do emotions hijack your day? Someone's rude, and you're furious. Plan change. And your mood swings with them. You feel lazy. Skip the gym. Work. Discipline. It's not just you. We all do this. But the harsh truth is, if emotions control you, you're their slave. Stoics believed being enslaved by emotions is worse than physical chains. Epictetus, once a slave-turned-Stoic teacher, said, "Anyone who can make you angry owns you. They only do so if you let yourself be disturbed." Think about it. The driver who cuts you off, you gave them your peace. A breakup, you gave it your identity. A rude comment online, you gave away your joy. Stoicism doesn't ask you to ignore emotions. It teaches you to observe them, understand them, and respond, not react. The difference between a child and a Stoic. A child throws a tantrum. A Stoic sits in the storm and thinks. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, wrote in his private journal, later called Meditations, "If something external pains you, the hurt isn't from the thing itself, but from your judgment of it. You can change that judgment any time." That's a rare power, to stay unmoved by what doesn't matter. Yes, it's tough because you can't blame others anymore. You can't say, "They made me mad," or "She ruined my day." You must own that your reaction is your choice. But here's what makes you powerful. You can choose again. You're not a slave to emotions. Feel anger, but don't act on it. Feel fear, but move forward. Feel sadness, but don't drown in it. That's emotional strength. That's Stoic freedom. Next time you're triggered, pause. Don't act yet. Breathe. Ask, is this emotion useful right now? Respond with purpose. This isn't cold detachment, it's self-mastery. When you stop letting emotions steer you, you gain clarity, calm, and strength. People notice it. You're no longer swayed by petty things. You stand firm. In today's emotional chaos, that stability is rare. It's magnetic. It's unstoppable. True maturity starts when you stop being a puppet and become the one pulling the strings. Third principle, stop expecting fairness. Life owes you nothing. The fastest way to misery is expecting fairness. Notice this. You work hard, but a slacker gets promoted. You love deeply, but they leave. You do right, yet get punished. Anger flaws. This isn't fair. But here's the Stoic truth. Fairness is a myth we invented, not a universal law. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You can be unjust by doing nothing." Even he, a Roman emperor, saw injustice daily. Instead of whining, blaming, or despairing, he held one unshakable belief. Life isn't about fairness, it's about strength. A Stoic doesn't expect life to play nice. They brace for pain, loss, betrayal, change, because they're ready. They're never caught off guard. Be honest. Fairness is a comforting idea, but clinging to it weakens you. When you say, "This isn't fair," you're really saying, "I don't like this feeling and won't face it." But here's the law: you don't grow by demanding fairness. You grow by facing reality and moving forward anyway. Look around. Good people suffer. Bad people win sometimes. Effort doesn't always pay off. That's not pessimism, it's reality. And this is what separates the ordinary from the resilient. The ordinary wait for fairness. The Stoic builds inner strength. so nothing external can break them. This doesn't mean you go cold or numb. It means you stop waiting for the world to treat you right and start treating yourself right, no matter what the world does. Seneca said, "Sometimes just to live is an act of courage, especially when life feels unfair. Instead of complaining, turn pain into fuel. Build skills so undeniable no one can ignore you. Love deeply without expecting return. Face betrayal and walk on with dignity." The Stoic approach is radical responsibility, not because every fault is yours, but because your response is always your choice. You don't control how life hits you, but you control how you hit back. That response, calm, warrior-like poise, makes you unstoppable. Fairness may not always come, but freedom is yours to claim through every powerful choice. Fourth principle, focus on what you can control. Let go of the rest. Stoics believe strength lies in the small circle of what you can influence. Everything else, let it go. Epictetus put it simply, make the best use of what's in your power and take the rest as it comes. Here's the trap most fall into. They try to control others, predict the future, obsess over outcomes, then wonder why they're anxious, helpless, angry. Let's break it down. What's truly in your control? Your thoughts, choices, actions, reactions. The rest others' opinions, opportunities. Uncertainties are beyond your reach. You can't control the weather, but you can dress for it. You can't make everyone like you, but you can treat them with respect. You can't control the economy, but you can learn, save, prepare. This shift is a game changer. It hands power back to you, freeing you from being dragged by things you can't change. Picture yourself in a storm at sea. A Stoic doesn't yell at the wind. They grip the helm and steer. That's what keeps you calm when others panic, focused when others complain, steady when others waver. It's not about ignoring the outside world, but choosing what deserves your attention. Most of what people stress, over 90%, is beyond their control. Try this when you're stressed. Ask, is this in my power? If yes, act. If not, let it go. Simple. Yes. Easy. No. Powerful. Absolutely. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you control your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. Live this way, and others notice. You're unshakable, not because you control everything, but because you master yourself in any circumstance. In a world addicted to comfort, discipline is a superpower. Stoics don't wait for life to challenge them. They challenge themselves first. Not to suffer, but to grow stronger. Not to punish, but to prepare. Seneca wrote, set aside days where you live with the barest essentials. Wear rough clothes. And ask, is this what I feared? This is deliberate endurance. A choice to train your mind to bend, not break, under pressure. Think about it. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs. They don't skip meals, sit in silence, or go without luxury. But when life gets tough, they crumble, they panic, they blame. Stoics are ready for those hard days. They've practiced hunger, fatigue, rejection, boredom, hardship. It doesn't make them invincible, it makes them adaptable. Willpower isn't built through motivational videos, but by doing what you don't want to do. Voluntary hardship looks like this: fast for 24 hours, to master your cravings. Take a cold shower when your mind resists. Skip a luxury you can afford to train self-control. Wake early to work out when your body begs to sleep. These small choices compound, making you stronger, not because you're cruel to yourself, but because you know the truth. Comfort doesn't build strength. Challenge does. When hardship comes, and it always does, you don't run, you smile, because you've walked through fire by choice. Marcus Aurelius ruled during plagues, wars, betrayal, yet wrote with calm clarity. Why hardship didn't surprise him, it was what he trained for. Instead of asking, "How do I make life easier?" ask, "How do I make myself tougher?" Practice hunger, solitude, cold, exhaustion, rejection, boredom, and stay focused through it all. Because one day, life will throw more at you than you expect. When it does, you'll rise. Sixth principle, love the process, not the outcome. We're taught to fixate on results, getting the job, winning the deal, hitting goals, making money, earning praise. But Stoicism flips this: let go of outcomes and master your process. Results are never guaranteed, but effort is always in your control. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It's gained by letting go of what you can't control. Cling to outcomes, and you set yourself up for pain. Train a week without abs. You quit. Launch a project that flops. You feel worthless. Love someone who leaves. You break. But if you cherish the work itself, showing up daily, writing, building, thinking, learning, striving, that's the Stoic path. Focus on the process, and you win every time, even if the outcome isn't what you hoped. Ironically, letting go of needing results often leads to more success, because you're free from pressure. You're not swayed by emotions or applause. You stand firm in your actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Don't let the future unsettle you. You'll face it with the same reason you use today. Don't obsess over what might be. Be fearless in doing your process well. Right now, if you're a writer, write not for fame, but to sharpen your mind. If you're an athlete, train not just to win, but to master your body. If you're building something, do it not for applause, but for pride in your effort. When you tie your worth to outcomes, you're fragile. When you root your value in discipline, intent, and focus, you become unstoppable. This is the Stoic shift. Show up as if the outcome is already won, and you're just savoring the process. Win or lose. Plus, you've already won because you did the work. Seventh principle, embrace mortality. Live with urgency and purpose. Most people act like they'll live forever, wasting time, delaying dreams, stuck in bad habits or toxic relationships. Stoics reflect on death not to despair, but to awaken. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that shape what you do, say, and think." It's not fear, it's freedom. It's knowing life is short and you can't choose when it ends. Every wasted minute is gone forever. Stoics practice memento mori, remember you will die. Not to be grim, but to stay focused, present, purposeful. When you truly grasp time's limits, you stop wasting it. No more endless scrolling, pointless arguments, settling for mediocrity. You start creating, loving, acting now, not tomorrow, right now. Seneca said, "It's not that we have too little time to live, but that we waste too much of it." You may not control how long you live, but you control how deeply you live. The biggest lie is, there's plenty of time. There isn't. That risk you avoid, the work you delay, the person you haven't forgiven, the change you swore you'd make next year. This is your moment. This is your time. A Stoic doesn't flinch at death. They stare it down and say, "You won't catch me sleepwalking through life." This awareness doesn't make you anxious, it makes you alive. Those who truly know death speak truth. Love fully. Work urgently. Let go of ego. And don't fear failure. Because the real failure is a wasted life. Live like your time is borrowed, because it is. Do this, and you become magnetic, focused, powerful. You don't chase cheap validation. You act with purpose. Others feel it. You feel it. Eighth principle: be a warrior for virtue, not approval. Most people live for likes, praise, attention, applause. But Stoics act for virtue, not the crowd. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do what's right, and the rest doesn't matter." In other words, live with integrity, even if no one sees. Speak truth, even if no one claps. Keep promises, even at a cost. Train hard, even if no one's watching. That's virtue. It forges a soul that can't be bought. It's not perfection. It's unwavering principle. Here's the hard part. Doing right is often tougher. Lying is easier. Impressing is easier than honesty. Seeking approval is easier than standing alone. But each time you choose right over easy, you sharpen yourself. You become someone your future self will respect. You build an identity no one can steal. Seneca said, "Live as if the world sees one part and reads the rest." That's power. A life that doesn't crumble under pressure because it's built on integrity. In a world of facades, the Stoic is authentic. In a noisy world, the Stoic is silent. In a world of performance, the Stoic is real. Want to be unstoppable. Don't live for praise. Live for your values. Live so that even if you lose status, wealth, followers, you still stand tall. Because when you don't need the crowd, you're the one they follow. Be a warrior for what's right, not what's popular. Even if you walk alone, walk like it's the only path that matters. If you've made it this far, something inside you is ready to change, to leave behind distractions, weakness, emotional chaos, and step into something greater, not perfection, but strength, not dominating others, but mastering yourself. That's the Stoic way. This path doesn't offer comfort. It offers clarity. It offers direction. It offers a life of meaning, even when the world around you crumbles. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. They didn't write for an easy world. They wrote to survive storms, wars, betrayal, and death with dignity. They taught us true strength isn't in muscles or money, but in the person who keeps their word, the woman who faces fear without flinching, the soul who does right, especially when it's hard. You don't need to wait for motivation or the perfect moment. Start now. Train your mind. Prepare for hardship. Let go of outcomes. Hold fast to principles. Live like your time is running out, because it is. The beauty is, you don't need applause. You don't need praise. You don't need anyone to understand you, because on the Stoic path, you become unshakable from within. That strength is rare. It's real. It's yours. I want you to leave this affirmation in the comments. I grow stronger every day. If this message struck a chord, if something inside you sparked, if you felt a glimpse of truth, don't keep it to yourself. Like the video. Comment your favorite principle. Share it with someone on their own journey. And subscribe to the channel. We're building a community of thinkers, warriors, and people who want more than noise, a life of purpose. And remember, don't skip any part of your life. It's all training. It's all transformation. Keep showing up. Keep choosing strength. And don't stop until you're unstoppable.